The rest of the world has been having far too much fun for far too long. The good news, it's now Canada's turn. This week on Test Drive, the all-new Evo. After being denied the Evo for so long, the anticipation and longing for the 10th generation car was, well, intense. The wait, however, has been well worth the while. Its good looks and obvious breeding are only eclipsed by the manner in which it drives. Keeping the smile off an Evo owner's face is going to be darn near impossible, which speaks volumes about the potential. This Evo is every inch a driver's car. To begin with, a great stereo that keeps you entertained when you go out for a quick thrash. Then you get to these Recaro seats. Now these things are as good as anything you'll find in any car at any price. There are, however, a couple of pet peeves. First of all, only tilt steering. It needs a telescopic adjustment as well. And buried way down here in the cluster is a tiny fuel gauge. It's easy to miss the point that you should be pulling over and gassing up. Part of the Evo's fascination boils down to what's under the hood. The 2-litre turbocharged engine is, in a word, a blinder. Along with its 291 horsepower comes a very willing 300 pound-feet of torque that shows up for work at 4,000 RPM. The fact that turbo lag is virtually non-existent means it catches fire the moment the driver drops the hammer. To begin with, it runs to 100k in just 5.4 seconds. That, however, is only the start. Jam the gas at 80 and the speedo flashes through 120 kilometers an hour in a world-class 4.1 seconds. Keep the hammer down and you can kiss your license goodbye. One of the Evo's defining features is its all-wheel drive system. Not only does it split the power front to rear, it also divvies up the power at the rear in a different manner. When you go flogging into a left-hand corner, it actually turns the right rear wheel faster than it does this wheel. That action actually turns the car into the corner. Now that does a number of good things. First of all, less need for steering input, which reduces the likelihood of understeer. But more importantly, the all-wheel drive system is actually used as the first level of electronic stability control. That means that the true electronic nannies, well, they actually don't turn up for work until they're actually needed. Along with the other party tricks, the driver can also control the power split front to rear. There are tarmac, gravel and snow modes, each of which changes the manner in which the grunt reaches the road and the manner in which the Evo handles. It's a superb system that is only rivaled by BMW's xDrive with DPC and the latest Haldex system employed by Saab. The 5-speed manual box is perhaps the only weak link. The ratios are great when thrashing around, but the car feels just too busy on the highway. The MR and its twin-clutch 6-speed box solves this problem. This Evo is all about handling and balance. Now the handling side, you'll find an awful lot of aluminum in everything from the suspension components to the hood. As for the balance, well, you'll find some of that right here. There's the battery, there's the washer fluid bottle. Now by moving those components from the front of the car to the back, it evens out the weight distribution front to rear. The downside, what you see in terms of trunk capacity is what you get. All of that trimming and balancing works wonders. The Evo waltzed through the pylons like a past master. There is very little understeer. The P205 40R18 tyres bring tons of lateral grip, and the response to steering input is lightning fast. The bonus with the 10th generation car is that unlike the previous model, this one also brings some civility to its drive. There's enough give to the suspension you don't need an extensive dental plan, and the steering speed does not translate into a darty feel. It is a dynamic delight. The uber-powerful Brembo brakes follow this lead, bringing short 39-metre stops from 100k. This Evo is an awesome piece of engineering. Yes, it has its flaws. It needs a 6-speed gearbox instead of the 5-speed, although the MR will take care of that. It's got fantastic brakes, great handling, power to beat the band, and an all-wheel drive system that is world-class. In fact, only Saab and BMW offer anything with anywhere near the same sort of sophistication. This thing was well worth the wait.